Man, do you guys hear that? You guys hear that in the background? You hear that? That sounds a lot like the MCU's back to me. I don't know, guys. Call me crazy. Hey, what's up, peeps? How's it going? It's pretty good right now if you are a fan of comic book movies and MCU movies and all that stuff. It looks like we're on the verge of, the renaissance, I guess you would want to call it. We have Deadpool 3 coming out in 2 weeks. And not only that, we got the trailer for Captain America 4, which just absolutely blew me away. This trailer 100% blew me away. I wasn't expecting the tone to be similar to Winter Soldier, which is arguably in the top 3 best MCU movies of all time. So I was really surprised by the tone of that trailer. We've been really kind of force-fed crap since Endgame. There's been some good stuff in there. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely been some good stuff in there. We had Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was a good film. A little disappointed because we had so many expectations on cameos because it's supposed to be the Multiverse of Madness. And I feel like they really didn't dive into that. But as a film, it was solid. I thought Wakanda Forever was a solid film. Guardians 3 was a solid film. And I even thought Black Widow was a solid film. But, we had a lot of stuff that was unnecessary. Shang-Chi, Eternals, you could argue that those are good films. Maybe Shang-Chi is a great film. But it wasn't really necessary in the grand scheme of the MCU. And we needed to go back to what was familiar again. And with this trailer, I felt like they're like, here you go. Here's what you should have got to begin with. This is Captain America 4, going back to Winter Soldier feel. It was something that I think was desperately needed. And it kind of revitalized, actually, the hype for me. Like, I'm super hyped now. I'm like, oh man, we got Deadpool 3 in just a couple weeks. James Gunn is working on his Superman movie, which in my opinion has me super excited. Like, I love all the set photos that I'm seeing from Superman. I think if you can get rid of your Zack Snyder fanboyism and look at what they're doing, it looks really good. And we haven't even seen a trailer yet. And now we have the trailer for Captain America 4. Falcon Winter Soldier was really good. I enjoyed it. But the biggest problem with a lot of the Disney Plus shows were they should have been movies instead of series. You look at something like Obi-Wan, Book of Boba Fett, Falcon Winter Soldier, Hawkeye. I mean, I can go on and on with a lot of these series that should have been full-blown movies. We should have went straight into Captain America 4. I don't know why they're like, hey, let's do Shang-Chi as a movie that no one has ever heard of before, but let's do Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is a follow-up to Endgame in the Captain America films. We're going to do that as a Disney Plus series. The Bob Chapek era is over. Agatha, I believe, is the last kind of Bob Chapek era stuff. And me personally, I'm not going to be watching Agatha. I'm not going to be covering it on the channel. I have zero interest in Agatha. I really do not care whatsoever, especially since I know Kevin Feige and Bob Iger are course correcting and going back to quality in the MCU rather than quantity, which was Chapek's forte. He wanted like all the content. He didn't care about the quality and all that stuff. Chapek almost single-handedly destroyed Pixar and Marvel. Star Wars was sort of on the decline anyway, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff that Chapek kind of just let happen and it kind of ruined it. But I'm excited because I think Marvel is making a comeback. I think it's a renaissance for Marvel. You're gonna have your pocket of fans that's still gonna complain about stuff. I've seen people already going, this movie's gonna flop. The reshoots and stuff, the budget came to $400 million. It's got to make $1 billion to break even. I don't think Bob Iger or Disney cares about how much money this movie's gonna make. I really don't. I think it's very, very strategic. I think that they saw the film, didn't like what was really kind of put into the film. And Bob Iger and Kevin Feige's like, look, we need to go back to basics on this film. Go back, reshoot. I don't care how much it's gonna cost. If we're not gonna make a profit on this film, it's fine. We will eat it this time to make more money down the line. A lot of people don't think strategically like that. They're like, oh, it's gonna flop, and they don't really think strategic like that. Like, it's better to take a hit now and put out a good movie that's going to generate buzz, get people talking, and people are going to be like, oh man, that was phenomenal. That felt like a phase 2 and phase 3 MCU movie. Like, I'm really excited for the next movie now. And then the next movie, if it has the same quality as Winter Soldier, it will start to make profit. When you fall, you have to start all over. When you fall at the end of the line, you got to start all over. Yes, is it going to cost more money? And will this movie bomb at the box office? Yes, it's very possible that if you're looking at it at a profit situation, yes, this movie might not make 800 to 900 million to break even because of the reshoots and all that. But I think this is all a strategic hit that Bob Iger is willing to take financially in order to make more money down the line. And I think a lot of people don't use common sense and look at it this way. Like, if it's better to release a good movie than give us more stuff like Thor: Love and Thunder, which was just absolutely a horrendous movie. And even that, Bob Chapek went in and cut serious things out of that film and so on. Bob Iger is more back to basics. Let's do what we were successful at and get this fan base back. If we have to eat $400 to $500 million to make this film better, to reunite the fans and ignite that excitement again, then that's what we're going to do. I think everything has been strategic through this entire time, and I know we're gonna have the discourse online of, oh my God, Captain America 4 bombed at the box office, another woke disaster, whatever. But that's not going to be the case at all. They knew what they were doing when they went ahead and reshot this film. They knew that the budget, this is not a solo situation, right? This is something that was strategically done to better the film, to get the fans excited again so they can make more money down the line. Right now, Marvel is kind of going the path that DCEU went, where after BVS, after Wonder Woman, after Aquaman, each movie started making less and less money to where we just had massive flops at the end. Black Adam, Shazam 2, massive flops at the end because people were losing faith in the movies. And Marvel wasn't in that extreme situation, but you could see where they weren't making as much money as they used to. And Bob Iger looked at it and said, we need to bring back the quality of our films. So they ordered the reshoots for this movie, knowing that they're not going to make that money all the way back, but they can make a better film, and that way they can make more money down the line. And that's the most important part. Reunite the fans. Get the fans excited again. Put out good products. And if you build it, they will come. There's a reason why the MCU was so popular in the first place, because people knew they were getting good quality movies. You might not like all the movies, like Thor: Dark World, not a big fan of that movie, but 99.9% of the time you got good quality film, and that's what they're working on. So anyway, I am super excited for this movie. I thought the trailer was absolutely just fantastic. I'm so excited. They're going back to that Winter Soldier feel. I like the Captain America's costume. I like it so much. Can't wait to see what they do with it. Red Hulk in it. Like I said in my trailer reaction, the only kind of pause I have is Harrison Ford. I wish they would have cast someone else, like a Sam Elliott or someone of that nature. But yeah, I'm super excited for the movie, and I cannot wait. And like I said, Deadpool 3 is right around the corner, and Superman's looking good. So it's looking good to be a geek again. But anyway, guys, that's just my thoughts on it. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Don't care if you subscribe, but please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, because that is the most important thing when it comes to YouTube and the algorithm. If you do decide to go ahead and subscribe, thank you. I appreciate you kindly for that. But until next time, guys, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Later, guys.